Morning, everybody. How are we doing today? Today is Wednesday. It's October 25th. It's currently about 9 o'clock in the morning, a few minutes before. It's a little bit nippy out today, but it's going to be a great day. We have a lot of fun things planned. I'm excited. So let's get this day rolling. I swear Scott and I are not endorsed or sponsored by these guys, but we probably should be. But like I said, today's a fairly busy day, but I did have something that I really wanted to talk to you about today that I found quite interesting. So on one of my recent videos, I had someone comment basically trying to give me some marital advice, which first and foremost, I'm not sure if the YouTube comment section is like the best place to be doing that, but however, I encourage when people share their thoughts and share their ideas and you know, give me whatever they feel they need to give me. That's totally fine. I'm cool with that. But yeah, somebody was trying to give me marital advice, and here's what I wanted to hopefully give to you today as a lesson. Whenever somebody gives you advice, the first place you need to look is to see where that advice is coming from. Here's the thing though, most people who give advice usually don't have the background or the experience in whatever it is that they're giving advice in enough to give advice in. Does that make sense? So you always start with that. I think naturally when we get advice or you know, corrective criticism or anything like that, we naturally become very defensive, and we want to say, well, what do you know? And that's not really the best way to respond. I think the best way to respond or to react is to give them the benefit of the doubt. The person giving the advice, you want to say, well, listen, you know, how long have you been doing that? Or where did you learn this from? You know, ask them those types of questions. So when this person was giving me some marital advice, my first question to them was, are you married? You know, how long have you been married? Because if you're giving me marital advice and you're not even married, then that's, you know, that makes no sense. But thankfully, the guy who gave me this marital advice has been married for 14 years, which is a lot longer than I've been with Jenny. So I've been with Jenny for about 6 years, and we've been married for a little under, you know, 3-4 months. So this guy is giving me advice that has experience to back it up. Had I got defensive, had I got, you know, mean with him, it would have made no sense, because he's actually speaking from experience with me, which is something that, you know, I should respect. Now, here's the thing though, on the other hand, for example, great example actually, because it's the exact same amount of years, I've been playing guitar for about 14 years. Just because I've been playing guitar for 14 years doesn't mean I know everything. And I think that's the other thing too. Just because you put the time in, most cases obviously you know a lot, but doesn't mean that you know absolutely everything. Just because I've been playing guitar for 14 years doesn't mean I know everything. There's probably a guy who's been playing for 3 that just naturally has a better gift than me, and he's better at playing guitar, and he's been only playing for 3 years maybe. So knowing everything is one thing, but having experience, that's a whole nother thing. So when somebody gives you advice, you always want to give them the benefit of the doubt and ask them, how do you know that? How do you know what you know? Where has that information come from? How long have you been doing this or that or whatever they're talking about? And if they give you an answer that they've been doing it for a long time, for a few years, for 10 years, for 20 years, whatever the answer is, that means they're talking from experience, and you definitely want to listen to them. And just to be honest with you, even if they haven't been doing it for years, you always want to listen to everybody, because you never know what you could learn from people. I just thought I'd share that, and I don't know if that makes any sense, but if somebody has advice, ask them where it's coming from. See if it's valid. If somebody who is broke is giving you financial advice, then that makes no sense. If somebody who has never stepped foot in a kitchen is trying to tell you how to cook something, that also makes no sense. So when people give you advice, don't just blindly follow it. You want to really see where it's coming from, see the background. And in this case, somebody giving me marital advice who's been married for 14 years, that's awesome advice, and I have accepted that, and I'm definitely going to embrace it. And if somebody has something to tell you from experience, you should listen too. Like I said, doesn't mean they know everything, but they have experience, and that should be at least listened to. Yeah.
I'll find an address that's close. Okay. I don't actually know their address. I just know how to get there.
That sounds good.
And then if you get lost behind me, then do that.
Oh yeah, I got your number.
Yeah. All right. Perfect.
Thank you.
All right, so we are on location in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania today. We have a shoot for a friend of ours who's actually from church, and he's a missionary, or was a missionary, in Ecuador, and he's basically here. We're helping him film a video for something that he has going on, which we're really excited about. And so we got the Inspire right here, we have some audio stuff in this bag, and we got the Glide Cam back here. It's gonna be a fun shoot. Alright, so I just realized my sound was off that entire time. That was definitely my fault. But basically I was just talking about this place called Potbelly Sandwich Shop, and how it's really good, and how I like their Italian sandwiches here, and they have nice chocolate shakes. Yeah, I forgot to turn my audio on. My bad.
It's not even the weight, it's just the awkwardness of it. It's heavy and awkward size.
You still need to go outside?
What?
Another package.
That is such a tiny little case.
So right now we have a Sony A9 here in the office, and then we have a Sony A7R2, both currently being rented. We're gonna see which one we like more.
It's terrible in comparison to the other one. They're not even a freaking competition.
Really?
And I can tell you in 2 seconds, it doesn't focus anywhere near as quick as the A9. The A9 is insanely good. We're completely out of focus, and listen to this. 1, 2, 3. Wait, I pressed the right button.
The sound was off. Is it really legit faster?
Yeah, like 100 times faster. Not even remotely close. Like it's not even close.
This one.
Top right.
Oh my gosh! It's so fast. That's what money gets you, right?
Ryan should keep his mask on for the whole time.
Ryan?